Matthew Lee, Inner City Press, on behalf of the Free UN Coalition for Access. Thanks for the briefing, and also here's hoping that you'll do stakeouts after closed consultations to explain things that happened in it. But I wanted to ask you, I planned something else, but given all the news coverage around this incident in the Central African Republic, in which it was reported that the Sangaris force may have sexually abused children there, and there are questions about whether the UN provided the information to the host country, Central African Republic, as well as to the French, and what should be done next. I wanted to ask whether you think that the Security Council has any role in looking at this, particularly in the context of, I remember the Tabet situation of alleged rapes in Sudan. You'd responded by Twitter, and again, hopefully there'll be a lot of that this month as well. That you had raised it in consultations, rapes in a country where there's a peacekeeping mission, and that seems to now be the case in Central African Republic. And what can the Council do? Is there any role whatsoever? Thank you.
In our national capacity, in the various debates and discussions, we've stressed continuously, both openly and in private, the importance of zero-tolerance policy with regards to peacekeepers. And certainly that is our position and will continue to do so. And I think that's the position of the members of the Security Council as a whole. As you know, President Hollande has spoken very strongly about the situation. I don't have his exact quote, but yeah, merciless, yes, position. And I think that's very important, that the country which is sending its forces should take such a strong position, and let's see how that is translated, in practical terms. But this position of the highest authorities of France is extremely positive and extremely important in this respect.
Burundi. On Central African Republic, I wanted to ask, there were a number of questions that remain kind of unanswered as of late last week. And here's one. Over the weekend, the Defense Minister of France, Yves Le Drian, has urged the soldiers who were accused of raping children in CAR to give themselves up. So one question is, does the UN have any evidence that the soldiers who are accused and depicted in the report were ever repatriated, or they still remain in CAR being supported by the UN forces? And the other question, which was more fundamental, is, did the UN, in fact, ever give this report to the Central African Republic authorities whose children were abused? And if not, why not? The number of even permanent representatives have asked what's up with that.
On your first part, we do hope that anyone who engaged in the atrocious activities involving children in the CR face justice and are prosecuted. We do hope that people do come forward in that sense, and that justice is served for the children who were victimized. As I think we've repeatedly said, these soldiers were not under any United Nations command. The UN, they were under the command and control of their country. The UN has no operational link to these soldiers, and I can't answer your question. On the second question you raised, how the report was handled is currently the subject, within the High Commissioner for Human Rights, is currently the subject of an internal OIOS investigation, so I have no information to share.
Wasn't it formally given to, I mean, it was leaked to, but also formally given to the French. So I guess it doesn't require an investigation to say, did they formally give it to the host country, Central African Republic, about...
As I said, I'm only aware of what I'm aware of, which is that it was officially given to the French authorities. Let's